Madness indeed, Marvel fans.
This is madness. It's madness, I tell you.
There are even more plot leaks and rumors about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It's going to be just like Benedict Cumberbatch told Tom Holland, sure, No Way Home's going to be the craziest comic book movie ever until In the Multiverse of Madness comes out. What's up, everybody? It's Josh. Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, we've got to talk about new reports about Doctor Strange 2 Into the Multiverse of Madness. I saw this pop up late last night coming from My Cosmic Circus. This is Lizzie Hill's site. They have good sources. We are reporting this as a rumor, but it is coming from a pretty reliable source. So here we go. Exclusive. The internal battle of Doctor Strange revealed. Excitement grows as Marvel Studios continues to explore stories beyond the realm of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as we explore alternate timelines and universes in shows like Loki and What If. Fans are eager to know what comes next in the upcoming lineup of projects for Phase 4, and with the potential of multiple variants of a character making cameo appearances in projects such as Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The possibilities are endless. However, this doesn't mean that our main characters will be left out of the spotlight. We've come to learn about one of the main character arcs that will be explored in the titular character of Doctor Strange when his sequel comes around in March of 2022. Can we just stop for a second and just talk about how crazy it is that this movie's coming out in March of next year? It's going to be like, bam, Spider-Man hitting us in the face, and then bam, just months later getting slapped across the other cheek by freaking Doctor Strange 2. Okay, so here's what they say. Again, spoiler warning. You know, if you're here, though, you clicked on a video with leaks, so you're going to have to deal now. Before becoming a powerful sorcerer, Stephen Strange was a neurosurgeon who swore an oath not to harm, known as the Hippocratic Oath. This oath is, you know, from doctors. It's their ethical thing. It's all about them not wanting to do harm and trying to preserve life at all costs. This is the Hippocratic Oath, okay? So they go on to say here, we've learned from our sources that this film will feature an internal struggle of Stephen Strange as both master of the mystic arts and his ethical beliefs as a doctor. The story that will transpire will force Strange to face a difficult choice between ending a life to save the multiverse or abiding by his Hippocratic Oath and dooming all of reality. We have also learned the identity of the individual Stephen is having the moral debate about in killing in order to preserve the fabric of the multiverse, and that person is none other than fellow Avenger Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch. According to our sources, the prophecy stated by Agatha Harkness will play out during the events of Doctor Strange's sequel, 2 years after the events of WandaVision took place. Wanda's actions will force Stephen and the Sorcerers of Kamar-Taj, among others, to intervene in an attempt to subdue Wanda. Still, as the film progresses, the threat of the Scarlet Witch will be far too much for any one person to handle. Stephen will be forced to choose between attempting to save Wanda's life or ultimately ending it, with the multiverse paying the consequences for his decision. Very freaking crazy. So let's go through the important points. Number one, the story's going to take place about 2 years after WandaVision. The last we see of Wanda in that post-credit scene, which, to be honest, we don't know how much further down the line that is from the end of WandaVision either, but let's just assume they happen rather close to each other. Wanda is studying the Darkhold in that post-credit scene, and she hears her children's voices, okay? And so she's maybe going to be trying to find her children again using her incredible power throughout the multiverse, all right? By the way, we also believe that the mountains that Wanda is in front of in the post-credit scene is Wundagore Mountain, which plays a very important role in many different Marvel comic stories, but for the purposes of Wanda, we think this is because there is a place within the mountain where Chthon originally wrote the Darkhold. So let's put this together. She's hearing her children's voices. She's got the Darkhold. She's by Wundagore Mountain. She may well be trying to free her children or go after her children in some way, and that might be breaking the multiverse with her immense power. And according to the report here about the plot, it is going to center around whether or not they're going to be able to stop Wanda, and as she becomes more and more powerful throughout the film, Strange is going to be really forced as a character to decide whether or not to kill her in order to save the multiverse or to try to preserve her life at the potential cost of the multiverse. This brings a really crazy question for fans, and I guess I want to open that question up for you guys, is do you think it is possible that they will actually kill Wanda off in this story, in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? Now, number one, that would be pretty crazy for them to do in this show, but they could potentially set up variant Wandas that are still out there and also still a threat to the multiverse. So this could be sort of that thing that a lot of Marvel Comics fans thought might happen, where Wanda would sort of replace the Molecule Man from the Jonathan Hickman version of the lead up to Secret Wars, where basically, without getting way too nerdy on you guys, there was this character Molecule Man. He ended up being a bomb that was put into each multiverse, and so there was a version of Molecule Man in each one of the different universes, and he was used as a bomb to sort of explode all the universes at once, or like a failsafe. And some people think that because this prophecy is that the Scarlet Witch will destroy the universe, that she may well be actually this thing, this sort of universal constant that's put into every universe. Regardless, don't get too confused by that. The main idea here is, could they kill Wanda and yet still set up other Wandas as a big part of what is going on with the multiverse and their eventual plans to do something like Secret Wars? At least that's what I think is going on with all of this multiverse variant stuff. And it totally tracks with a lot of rumors we heard about the fact that Wanda looking for her kids is going to be this huge problem in the multiverse. But there's also this weirdness of Shuma Gorath. What's going on with Shuma? What's going on with America Chavez? How does that all tie into this? And we don't really fully know. Some people think that Shuma is actually misdirection and he's not really going to play that big of a role in the show. Other people think that there's going to be a connection to Shuma calling out to Wanda to have her then look for her kids and destroy the multiverse. Something similar to what is going on in the Shang-Chi movie. And slight spoilers for that film, but in that movie, Wen Wu, the Tony Leung character, he is hearing the voice of his dead wife, and he thinks that she's trapped in this mountain, right? And so he goes there to try to get her out of there. It ends up being this demon thing that comes out. It's really, really horrible. Well, what if Shuma Gorath is also calling to Wanda? Maybe he's even in the mountain and they're, using the Chthon background or combining characters as Marvel does. And maybe Wanda searching for her children and letting them out will then lead Shuma Gorath to come out and be this horrible, crazy thing, maybe at the end of the movie. I don't know. We're still unclear on how the entire plot will work together, but this idea of Wanda being so powerful and strong and everybody teaming up to fight against her, it tracks with all the different rumors we've been talking about, including the reports that Fox X-Men characters are going to be involved in the Multiverse of Madness. And that actually brings me to another really interesting point, and I'm not trying to say this as though it necessarily means anything, but it is super interesting and something that a big nerd like me thought was awesome to hear. And I'm talking about how recently Benedict Cumberbatch actually commented on the possibility of an X-Men coming in and someone he would really like to play across, and that is the actor that played Nightcrawler, Cody Smith-McPhee. And I'm reading right here from a little article on The Direct. They're talking about this thing that he said when talking to Variety, and Cumberbatch revealed that he and Smith-McPhee have, quote-unquote, talked about this when asked about the potential for a crossover, although he admitted that it would come with a different vibe, as he seemed excited by the idea of this happening. Smith-McPhee interjected by agreeing with Cumberbatch on wanting to make this happen within the MCU, commenting it would be great for the two to work in a new capacity. Here's what he said. He says, "It would be so cool. It's an honor to play both sides of the spectrum, but it would be even more an honor to cross paths again with someone you grew so close with on something so theatrical, something like this, and then go to something fun like that. It would be great." Now, part of the reason I even wanted to bring that up was because back in the WandaVision days, do you guys remember hearing about the Nightcrawler rumors? About Nightcrawler bamfing in with Professor X and Nightcrawler being involved in WandaVision? I don't know. I remember those rumors. I thought they were sick. They ended up obviously not happening, but it's so weird that we're hearing things now, like in this interview, those two talking about that possibility, and we know that Feige is bringing back Fox X-Men characters via Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So a lot of these different updates are just kind of bringing us a little bit closer towards our understanding of what might be going on in the movie. I think there's going to be a lot of tie-ins to Wanda, to the Darkhold, to this idea of the X-Men, possibly even an explanation as to why the X-Men have not thrived in our MCU, as I really do think that a lot of the X-Men we'll see in that movie are coming from different universes. I think it's all going to make sense, and they've got some big, crazy plan with a payoff for this, but I wanted to just bring those updates to you. What do you guys think about all of this craziness? Let us know in the comment section below. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to this channel so you see all of our nerdy content pop up in your recommended feed, and go check out our live streaming channel where we're going to be talking about this and all sorts of other dope things that are going on when it comes to our favorite nerdy stuff. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.